Okay, gentle people, let me get right into it with you this afternoon, because around that time of the year it gets dark very, very quick, and I think this afternoon we're going to have sort of a kind of a lengthy discussion this afternoon. And so the sooner I get into it with you, then the sooner we can get this conversation or discussion done and dusted this afternoon. All right, today is the 14th of November 2020. Let me say thank you to all of those of you who already are locked on this live of mine. Let me apologize to you guys last week who did not see me on. I was a no-show last week. As the old saying goes, the spirit was willing, but the body was weak. And so last week, folks, I really could not make it. But I promised that I will make up for last week into this week. As you can see that lovely sunset there, I am now at the Donkey Beach area in Canefield, and we're going to have a little discussion this afternoon. I want to term that discussion with you guys this afternoon the Donkey Beach I knew, or what used to be a Donkey Beach. I'm going to take you on a little journey this afternoon. We're going to do a little walking this afternoon, so that you can get a good idea. Those of you who remember Donkey Beach very well, in the days gone by, how it used to be at Donkey Beach and what it is now, we're going to do a little walkthrough. I don't want to tell you, I want you to see for your eyes, or with your eyes, what is remaining of our Donkey Beach. So we're going to on a little journey this afternoon. But right here, folks, these buildings in the foreground there, that is really where I want to come back and focus my attention this afternoon. These buildings now in the frame. All right, that is the very end of Donkey Beach going north. That used to be a facility, a fisheries facility, where the Taiwanese many moons ago, 1992, 93 thereabout, they used to have a fish hatchery right here, operated by the Taiwanese. So I'm going to get back to that, because that is the meat of the discussion this afternoon. But even before I go through with us the meat of the discussion, which is the hatchery and what has become of the hatchery, the state in which it is now, I want to just give us a little walkthrough on Donkey Beach itself. So what I will do, I'll be passing now on the seashore area, so that you can see what is happening on Donkey Beach. And then when I reach a good little way up on that seashore line, I will make my way back down and then come back to where we are now, so that we can have a little discussion about the fish hatchery that was once operated by the Taiwanese in Dominica. All right, so we're on the move now. As you can see, folks, there are a number of derelict vehicles in the area. I can tell you there are a number of mechanic shops in the area. There are a number of spray shops in the area as well. As I said, I don't want to tell you. I want you to see for your eyes, with your eyes, the state in which our beach, our Donkey Beach, or what we used to know as Donkey Beach, a very pristine beach in Dominica, how it has become. So we are walking, going on a little exercise this afternoon, but it's all worth it. All right. Now, as you can see, the amount of garbage, folks, that is on the Donkey Beach area. That is a pile of rubbish heap up right there. All there is rubbish. All right. There's a fire there. I guess somebody's trying to do some cleanup in terms of the rubbish that is on the beach as well. That is the sun. So I'm right on the seashore. I'm right on the seashore. If you can hear the waves rolling up on the seashore right there. But we are moving through. We are moving through. All right, that is another pile of rubbish right here. That is some lumber right here. At least this person is trying their very best to contain their rubbish. Some rubbish right there. We're moving through. Okay, this right here is another set of rubbish right here. And that is all along the seashore, folks. That is all along the seashore of the Donkey Beach. What I can see here for sure is these black things are some scrap cables. I would want to think that is some from some utility company here. You can also see some of these meter backs and meter front. Right here, some old air conditioned shells, old fridge, and you know, the place is just in a mess. Alright, that is more debris, folks. As I said, that is all on the shoreline of Donkey Beach. You can hear the sound of the waves just rolling up on the seashore. That is another view, a lovely view that is, of the sunset as it is going down slowly but surely. The sea is kind of calm this afternoon, nice water to take a bath. That under here as well is another set of scrap cable right under that green vegetation area. All under here, basically vegetation has taken over, but it is still loads of rubbish under all this vegetation area. Now folks, any one of you watching with me this afternoon, can you remember Donkey Beach? Let's say 15, 20, 25 years back. I sure do remember my Donkey Beach because I was born and bred in Canefield, and this beach here was basically like my backyard. I used to come and do a lot of fishing here. I used to come also do a lot of bathing here, and so I know that area on Donkey Beach very, very good. I am 44 now, so about 10-12 years I can remember me coming here to do a lot of stuff on that very good beach in Canefield called Donkey Beach. I used to come and hardly fillet with a gentleman by the name of Mr. Ashiel. I don't know if all remember Mr. Ashiel. That is Mr. Marshall, that is. He used to have a boat, and we used to come and help him pull his fillet. And when that fillet on shore and everything is good to go, obviously everybody who helped pull the fillet used to get a portion of fish to go home. Okay, so that is more of the stony area of Donkey Beach. I'm facing north now. That is more now of the sandy area. I'm facing south, but we are still moving up. As you can see, the beach is practically empty this afternoon. There are 1 or 2 persons in the sea. I will try my very best to maintain their privacy at least. So I'll not pan my camera in the direction. Those who are bathing in the sea, at least they deserve their privacy. That is the wave just doing its thing, as nature does on the sea line, on the seashore. Okay, let us move a little quicker pace so we can get back down, so we can start that discussion in earnest this afternoon. We are now approaching, well, that is the gentleman's place here, Mr. Ashiel, I spoke of before. He lives there right now. And just on the side of him, any one of you guys remember this place called Shipwreck? Shipwreck, we used to have a lot of entertainment there before, a lot of dances used to go on there. You know, a lot of fun used to go on in that area called Shipwreck. Let me just bring you by that big anchor. That is the signature object of Shipwreck. Let me just have you see it, and then we'll make a turn around, head back down, so that we can start that discussion in earnest this afternoon. All right. I don't know if some of you seen the little tululu, the little crabs. As I'm making my way to them, they are running and diving in their hole. All right. Okay, that right there is the big hook by the Shipwreck area. It's still standing strong. On the other side over there, that is where presently a concrete company is now operating from. What I saw this afternoon, which pains my heart a little bit this afternoon, is that the concrete company that is stationed over there doing business over there, I saw a concrete truck. Let me just zoom on right there. I saw a concrete truck right on the edge there this afternoon, basically cleaning off its waste and dumping it right in the sea. That to me pained my heart a little bit. I don't want to go closer to that edge, but if I just pull that camera so you can see a little better, what is happening here is that the hard material that you're seeing there is the remains of a lot of waste from the trucks, the concrete trucks, when they come and clean off, and they dump off all the waste concrete right there. So basically everything is getting hard right there on the sea end right there. Okay, now let me just bring you, I'm seeing some lovely animals over there. Let me just see if I can pull up some of these animals there. I think they are peacocks. I wish one of them at least would open their tail for us this afternoon so that we can see the beauty thereof, but let's hope that happens this afternoon. But right there, right here is the peacocks on the property of the Shipwreck area. I'm hoping, just hoping, maybe one of them would open up this afternoon. Oh, look, one of them is flying. Two flying. Okay, so let's head back down. We did not have luck with the peacocks this afternoon. Let's head back down. Let's head back down. Lovely. Yeah, I'm just doing some filming. Yes. A sea beaver was kind of interested in what I am doing here, so it's just basically looking out for my country, Dominica. That is what is happening. Okay, let us go now. Let us come out from the beach area, head back onto the road, the motorable road, and I will try to make my way back to where I started. But I just walk in that area this afternoon to give you an idea. Those of you who have been out of state for a very long time, or even those of you who are in Dominica but haven't visited that beach for some time, just giving you an idea of what has become of our lovely Donkey Beach we once knew. So as you can see, a lot of derelict vehicles is in the area. That's a container, well, 2 containers right there on the side of the beach. And the question must be asked, folks. As I am on it, let me just ask the question straight up. Okay, partner. As I am on it, let me just ask the question straight up. Much more can be done to this area, Donkey Beach. Because to me, this is a very lovely beach. Lots of things happen here already. And I think the powers that be could be doing much more to help clean up that beach, number one, and make it look much more presentable so that Dominicans and foreigners alike could enjoy themselves on the beach. And also it could be a source of income so that Dominica by and large can represent. All right? Yeah. Okay, so we are going back down. Nice, brother. Solid. You test driving, man? Yeah. Okay, that's good. Okay. Gibbs, I am on public road. My camera is panning on public road. But you are talking to me, my brother. I don't know if you already know. You say pass your place already. You say pass your place already.
But you don't film me already. You don't film my truck there, everything.
Anyway, let us continue, folks. That is the road leading down to Donkey Beach area, and we're heading back down to the corner. As you can see, the derelicts and the rubbish that is in the area. You'd swear and say you are in a metal zone passing through here, because a lot of scrap metal all over the area, but we are moving down. We are moving down. Lots of scrap metal again right here, and we are moving down, heading back down too. Lots of rubbish right here still. We are heading down to the fish hatchery. Well, used to be the fish hatchery, and we'll start the discussion there in earnest this afternoon, folks. All right. Yes, I. We're heading back. We slowly but surely we are getting by the point that I started. It is already starting to turn really dark, but let's hope we can wrap that up in the next 15-20 minutes before night time fall on us, in the true sense of the word. Okay, we are back right here. We are back by those buildings. Now these heavy equipments that you see in here, they are the property of Public Works Corporation. That is where Public Works Corporation in this area, that is their newly found home. That is where they will be operating from. That is one of their guard house that they set up in the area. Now for those of you who remember this area very well in the 90s, this here used to be operated by the Taiwanese, and that was somewhere in the 90s. So let me just go up on the ramp so you can get a better idea what was happening inside that facility, which was a very good facility for Dominica. So I'm now up on the ramp. This here is some pond areas that was set up right here. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 on that side. Used to have a lot of talipiers in there. The Taiwanese used to breed talipiers in those ponds, and obviously they used to breed them and work in connection with the Ministry of Fisheries, and it used to be a very good development or an economic activity for Dominica. That is, I'm talking to you all the way in the 90s. But if you see what has become of them, absolutely no water in there. Grass, bush has taken over. Okay, so that is one side of the ponds. That is another side. This area had bigger sections. They were sectioned much bigger. Okay, this has some water in there, but the water is very stagnant, and I can see sign of mosquitoes breeding in there. Okay, but that's the larger area right there. This one is completely dried, and the two others, they are dried as well. This building was one of the office areas for the Taiwanese when they used to operate that facility here. Let me just go around. And as I told you folks, even before I go around, that is now the newly found home of the Public Works Corporation, and I'm seeing in progress some foundation is being sorted out here, I guess, to put down some infrastructure to cater for public works. That is what I'm presuming that is going to happen there, but I may be wrong. Okay, this is the building. That's the downstairs of the building. That's the upstairs of the building. Well, as you can see, there is no roof. It is in a very deplorable condition, and you can see the number of big pipes and everything that used to help in terms of what used to happen there. That is what, a 4-inch pipe with a shutoff valve right here. Another 4-inch pipe with a shutoff valve. And then let me just give you another shot of inside that pond. Again, stagnated water is lying there. Okay, so we continue to go around that building. That's the beauty of Donkey Beach, right outside there. That's the beautiful part. So though you may have seen a lot of stuff in terms of rubbish was on the beach, but that is the very beautiful part of Donkey Beach. Very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. Okay, let us go now. Let me see if I can make my way inside of that other building. These are the two, well, one loader, well, one roller, sorry, and one excavator, well, not excavator, but backhoe of the Public Works Corporation. This building as well, no roof on there. All right, let me see if I can make my way at least inside of that facility, to give you an idea of what is remaining of that once beautiful economic earner in Dominica and what has become of it. It's kind of dangerous getting through, but I will try my best at least to go through in one piece and come out in one piece. Okay, we are now inside that old facility. Okay, as you can see the roof, there's absolutely nothing in terms of a roof. The rafters are there. Some lighting fixtures are still in place, but and grass, vegetation has taken everything over. What you can see right here, folks, is some of the CPUs, the computers that the Taiwanese used to be using. These are some of the partitions, I guess, that used to do in terms of separation of offices. These heavy metal sheetings that you see in there. Again, that is a shelf with a lot of information here, a lot of files, a lot of books, but everything is in a very, very dilapidated state. All right. You have some old chairs, tires, gas tanks. Okay, let me just see. That is another pile of rubble right there. But in that pile of rubble, it is very important rubble that is there. I know we cannot make much of it again, but let me just see if I can at least go through at least one or two of these books in terms of headline or topics. Let me just span that right here so you can get a better idea. This book, it's in a dilapidated state, but it says Introduction to Tropical Fish Stock Assessment. This one says what? Status of fish stock and fisheries of 13 medium-sized African reservoirs. So all there, based on what I saw so far, that used to be all the information and everything that goes along or went along with that important hatchery that was once operated right here. Okay, let me make my way out. Right here, a lot of vegetation. This here, I believe it's one electrical panel, another electrical panel right here. That at the back here is a heavy duty generator, I believe, that used to pump, I guess, whatever it used to pump the water, whatever it used to do here. But it used to be part of the stock for what used to be happening right here. So folks, you can see the place is basically in shambles. And we're talking about that place was up and operating all the way back in the 90s. And we are in 2020. And absolutely nothing is happening here today in terms of at least restoration of maybe not the fisheries, but something else that can bring some kind of economic activity to Dominica. What I was told is that the Public Works Corporation is coming here, but I guess maybe that will bring in some economic activity that I'm talking about. Okay, now what we're seeing here, I'm going to stand up here to finish the discussion with you, but let me just explain. This piece of concrete structure that you see in there and some metal on there, that used to be the filtration tank for the disposal of the wastewater that used to come from these two tanks, these two hatchery areas up there. So right under here, you have some heavy pipes running to this area. And what used to happen, I'm being told, based on who told me what was happening here, is that from this area, the water from the hatchery area, when they would flush it out, all the water would pass through some pipes under that road, and then it would come in this tank where I'm standing up here, and it would not just pour out on the seashore in a very irresponsible manner, but it would have filtered its way slowly but surely through some filtration system that is built, or that was built right where I am standing. All right, so folks, basically that is it in terms of our walkthrough. Let me just put my camera steady so we can finish that conversation and I can take a wrap with you this afternoon. Hope that you are enjoying the little walkthrough of Donkey Beach so far. Just setting up my cameras here so we can have a little more talk and then we can get out of here. Okay, good. Okay, I think we're ready to go now. Okay, so I hope, as I said, you enjoyed your little walkthrough this afternoon of what is remaining of Donkey Beach. But we are here at the end of the beach going north. And as I told you before, in 1995, young boy growing up, I used to frequent that area. So I'm not telling you things that persons told me. That was my stomping ground, right here, right in that zone. A matter of fact, you see under, let me just pan that camera to the airport area. You see the airport right over here? That's our airport right over here, the Canefield Airport. Right under that Canefield Airport, the strip of that airport, there used to be a tunnel. A tunnel we as young boys used to pass when we used to come by the beach. It used to take us there. It used to cut the time in half. So we would come at Canefield and we would go down in that heavy gutter thing and slide across the tunnel, passing under the airstrip at Canefield, and we would end up maybe about 300 yards over there, and voila, we would be on the beach very early in the morning, very late in the evening, to do whatever we came to do. So as I told you, that is my area I can speak about with a level of confidence. Now, the hatchery at the back there, I gave you a tour. Some of you may not know what used to happen inside there, but it used to be the Taiwanese were operating there under the administration of the UWLP government. I guess the UWLP government saw it fit at that time to invest in the fishing industry in Dominica, and the Taiwanese came in and was helping them to the best of the ability to help us as a country develop our fishing industry in Dominica. But as you can see, they say a picture tells 1,000 words. But this picture here, this very sorry sight here, tells much more than 1,000 words as to the state in which not just the facility, the fisheries facility has become, but the general state, the general lack of upkeep of the Donkey Beach area as well. I need not tell you more. You saw with your own eyes what has become of our Donkey Beach. All right, folks. I well remember as well, the Taiwanese used to help not only in the fishing industry in Dominica, but they also used to help in the agricultural area as well. In that, if you remember very well, you see where Auto Trade is now in Canefield on the flat. That whole area before Auto Trade bought over that property, there used to be as well an agricultural station where the Taiwanese used to operate. They used to show farmers how to grow, how to harvest, how to do whatever they had to do in the agricultural sector. I remember eating melons from there. I remember eating corn from there. I remember eating, pineapples from there. And it was just a really good feeling growing up in those times and being able to be part and parcel of that kind of progression, as it were, as a people. Obviously, Auto Trade has bought there, so there's no longer that kind of agricultural business in that area where the Taiwanese is concerned. The Taiwanese are no longer part and parcel of Dominica's development. What we have now, or who we have now, is the Chinese. The Chinese are doing their bit in terms of development as well, as some persons may say, But the kind of development that the Chinese are doing in Dominica, to me, apart from the hard concrete and the hard infrastructure, the hospitals, the bridges, the roads, whatever they are installing in Dominica, a lot of persons are of the mindset as well that the Chinese are basically laying the groundwork for something bigger and better where they are concerned as a race, where our little island Dominica is concerned sometime in the future. But I guess the signs are there, but a lot of us are fast asleep at the wheel. We are not taking note. But the Chinese, I can tell you folks, they have an agenda. They know what they want as a people, and they are trying their very best, especially in the, as they call us in this part of the world, the third world people, the third world region. The Chinese are trying their very best to do some conquering of lands and properties and whatever it takes in this part of the world. They realize the potential that our part of the world has. We have water, we have the rich fertile soil, we have the climatic conditions to grow food in abundance, and it is just a very nice atmosphere. But we in Dominica, we in the region, like for example persons in Africa, they really don't know what their land holds in terms of prosperity. And I must say, with a very lamentable tone, that we are slowly but surely losing what we have as a country. And the Chinese folks, we need to keep a very close eye on the Chinese, because when the Chinese plan, based on research I am doing right now, when these Chinese people plan, they don't plan for tomorrow. They don't plan for next year. They plan for 100 years to come. And so whatever goodies we may be getting from the Chinese now, or seemingly goodies we may be getting from the Chinese now, as the old saying goes, there's no free lunch. And that lunch, it's not me, but it will cost us something in the future. But I guess we as a people, we have accepted that for some time now, and it is until we are awoken from our sleep where our country is concerned that will continue to happen, ladies and gentlemen. So folks, that is basically it for me for my presentation this afternoon. Let me see what time it is now. I don't normally like to hold us too long. It is 5:46. If you have any question, comments, suggestion, please feel free right about now to shoot it on the live. I will try my very best to at least be part and parcel of the answering of your questions this afternoon. As you can see, a lovely sunset in the foreground. That is the beauty of Dominica. A lot of countries cannot boast of their country being so beautiful. A lot of countries, as I said, cannot boast of their country being so beautiful, but that is our country that we all must try our very best to preserve and to protect people. That is what we must try to do as a people. All right, folks. I just want to thank you for those of you who are there with me each and every Saturday. I want to thank you for being in tune with what is happening in your country, Dominica, especially where it pertains to development. All right. So, Mr. Ashby Scotland, good evening to you. Juju, Rudolphia Sakafet, I know you're locked. Claudine Philbert Roberts, good evening as well. Vincent Warrington, that is one of the frontline patriots. Thank you, brother, for always being locked. Bernice Regis Marino, Maroni, sorry. Thank you very much. Marijo, always there. Vita Paul, you are there. Thank you for your ears this afternoon. Georgine Maxwell, you are there. Skeki Allen, that's a very nice one. Skeki Allen, I love that one. Natasha Esprit, thank you as well. We have a lot of folks here this afternoon. What's that? Moises Cat? Some Facebook names. Alec Dominic. Henry Kenyatta. And the list goes on and on, folks. Anithia always there. June Farrell is there as well. So I just want to thank you, folks. It is getting dark now, so I don't want to keep us too long, but I just needed to bring us up to speed of our donkey beach, the donkey beach that we once knew, and especially the hatchery, the fish hatchery that was once operated by the Taiwanese in Dominica all the way back in the 90s. And what is happening now, then you saw for with your eyes this afternoon. I need not tell you more. I need not tell you anything else. Thank you very much, gentle people. Hope that you enjoy what is left of the evening, and please have a very, very good evening. We will see sometimes tomorrow from the 1 o'clock hour on my program Civic Vibes. I'll be talking to at least 2 young persons tomorrow, if the good Lord above is willing, that is. One young man in the name of Mr. Elias Dupi. He has seen a niche market in the agricultural business, and he'll be talking to us how he has taken cocoa beans and what he's doing with cocoa beans in Dominica as a young entrepreneur. Also, we'll be talking to another young, impressive lady as well, Miss Yana Ducre. We'll be talking to her as well. She too is doing something very, very innovative as a source of earning income for her and her family, that is. So you want to be tuned for that discussion from the 1 o'clock hour tomorrow on my program Civic Vibes, only on Q95. So folks, I want to thank you very much again, and please be the best that you can be. Thank you very much, people.